What's up, YouTube? I'm Corey, and welcome to my channel, Let's Talk with Corey. But before I get into today's reaction video, wherever you are in the world today, I mean wherever you are in the world today, I really do hope you're having a great day. Now, so guys, in this reaction video, it's been something that I've been kind of seeing on and off on the internet, and it's about barbecues, which was started by Al Bubba Baker and his daughter. I'll just say his whole family, but more specifically, his daughter, Brittany Bo Baker. And guys, this thing is gonna be broken into like 3 parts, rolling all together. It's gonna give you kind of the backstory as Al Bubba Baker and his daughter is introduced to the show Shark Tank. And then you're gonna get Brittany Baker, Bo Baker's story about what's been happening and what they've been disputing. And in the end, you're gonna get YouTubers Scott Shaper's perspective on whether a Shark Tank celebrity scammed former contestants. So guys, check out this video. Al Bubba Baker gives a little bit of his background of being from Navon, Ohio, where he lives with his beautiful wife, Sabrina, and their 3 kids. And so Bubba played 13 years in the NFL, was a Rookie of the Year, and went all pro. But his passion is barbecue. Now, Al Bubba Baker opened up his own restaurant called Bubba Q's. And Bubba Q's is a staple in the community where he patented, or just say perfected, his ribs, especially his boneless ribs. But of course, for them to move forward with their company and building their company, they needed investors. So that's why Bubba Baker and his daughter Brittany decided that they should take a shot at Shark Tank. Okay guys, we heard about the story, so now we're going to hear from Brittany Bo Baker.
If you saw my last post, I'm sure you're wondering, how did we go from this to this, sharing our Shark Tank nightmare? I'm gonna fill you guys in. Something that we just woke up one day and decided to do. Growing up, my family and I used to cook out on the street corners. When we weren't doing that, my mom and dad were in the grocery stores demoing and selling our sauces until they eventually opened our restaurant and our patented product was born. My family and I used to rent out a local manufacturing facility to make and package our patented product. But we had to use the facility when it wasn't in use, which was late nights and weekends. The long hours were tough, but we did it for a while. I absolutely loved Shark Tank. This post is from 2013, and I thought going on the show would help us launch and scale our business. After the show, we struck a deal with Damon John. This is our co-packer here, Ray Ristelli. After we taped Shark Tank, but before the show aired, Damon called us and told us that he was going to be changing his investment from the $300,000 that you saw on TV to $100,000. His reasoning was because he was going to be more involved in the company than what we had originally discussed. Yet shortly after that, he told us that barbecue was not his wheelhouse and that we would be better off at finding a co-packer than he was. So we did just that. My dad vetted thousands of co-packers and he finally agreed on Ristelli Foods Group. This is Ray Ristelli III right here. Now before this picture right here, my dad originally wanted to keep Damon John and Ristelli Foods separate because Ristelli's is our co-packer, Damon John is our brand ambassador.
Okay guys, be sure to leave a comment about your thoughts about what Brittany had to say about what was going on at that time. But also, be sure to subscribe. Guys, in the next part, we're going to hear from Scott Shaper, YouTuber, who asked the question, did Shark Tank star scam former contestants? Check this video.
Shark Tank was a TV show I enjoyed watching years ago. Seeing innovative or sometimes just plain wacky business ideas being presented, and then having the business moguls like Mark Cuban and other millionaires reject the idea, or if they like it, try and buy into the idea, was an interesting topic. Unfortunately, over the years, more and more shady information has come out about the show and how it actually operates, and it no longer is something I can enjoy. Many bad deals have gone down, and many people who were on the show feel they were scammed by Shark Tank. You can find a lot of these stories online, but over the past month or so, one of the biggest scandals the show has ever seen has started to be exposed. The Baker family, who ran the company known as BBQ Boneless Baby Back Ribs, were on Shark Tank during season 5 of the show and ultimately made a deal with Shark Dame and John that led to their company making over $16 million in sales in a few short years. Sadly, this turned into a nightmare for the Bakers, who claim Damon and his team scammed them out of all of the profits, leaving them with only $650,000 to their name and not the millions their product actually generated. BBQ, which was created by former NFL player Al Baker, was a unique product that the Sharks felt had real potential. Bubba had created the first boneless baby back ribs and had patented the deboning process so that no other company could copy his method of deboning baby back ribs. Unlike pressed pork products made to look like a stack of ribs, like the infamous McRib, this was a full stack of deboned real ribs that could revolutionize the industry. Shark Damon felt that the best way to market this was to get Bubba to stop selling their own boneless ribs and instead license their patented boneless technology to the meatpacking industry. His deal for giving them $300,000 and getting 30% of their company required they find a licensing deal for their boneless technology. Now, what many people don't know is that the deals shown on the show are just basically handshake deals, and they are not binding contracts. Over a third of the deals that take place on the show actually fall apart after the cameras stop rolling, and many more deals are altered as well. The Baker family had their deal altered by Shark Damon after the cameras turned off and ended up with a deal of just $100,000 for 35% of their company. Damon claimed this was because the Bakers refused to license their technology and wanted to sell all their own prepackaged meats. However, the Bakers deny this claim, and this was only the start of their headaches dealing with the Shark Tank star. Shortly after their deal with Damon, before their episode had aired on TV, the Bakers eventually found a company called Ristilli Food Group, which is going to produce all the boneless ribs and give the Bakers a licensing cut of 45% of all the net profits. When the Bakers told Damon about this deal, he was not pleased and sent them a disapproving email, which was obtained by the LA Times. Damon said, "I am beginning to understand how much you do not understand what working with Shark Tank is doing for you and your business," he wrote in May 2015. "You are part of the Shark Tank family. You and anybody that you have put on camera is now my personal responsibility. I have to report back everything I can to keep Shark Tank producers and ABC up to date." He added, "You will no longer be of interest to the show to promote because there is another season about to be shot, and every shark has their top 5 Bubbas of the world they are trying to keep promoting." John said it was important for him to meet with the Ristellis to see if it felt that they were a fit for the business before doing anything, including putting them on an update of the show. The Bakers, not wanting to rock the boat, allowed Damon to renegotiate the deal with the Ristellis, which then created a new company, FOF Bakers LLC. Baker was the managing partner with a 45% stake and 100% ownership of the patents. Ristilli got 35%, and Damon John got 20%, according to the Bakers. The deal initially worked well for the Baker family, and they began to receive $25,000 checks frequently as part of their licensing deal. The ribs were even featured on the QVC Home Shopping Network and sold out multiple times. With sales continuing to grow, the Bakers received projections from Damon's team that they estimated that the company would soon be generating $74,000 in profit a month. Despite things looking good, just a few months into the partnership, payments to the Bakers began to dwindle to just pennies. Baker contacted Damon's team multiple times to find out why payments had stopped, with one email he shared stating, "I have some financial concerns, and a 14-month period of no profits in the form of disbursements make this something that needs to be discussed in person." According to the Bakers, Damon's team kept telling him it wasn't a big deal, and things would soon start to turn around. In April of 2017, Damon was able to secure a deal with Carl's Jr. and Hardee's to feature the Bakers' boneless ribs on a new sandwich, the Baby Back Rib Burger, which was featured in over 3,000 restaurants around the country for a limited time.
Here we are, Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, and right in front of us sits one.
Right in front of us, and after a while, we got the word out, and Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, who said, you know what, we make some of the most amazing burgers in the world. And
So it's actually a rib on top of a beef? It's meat on meat. It's meat on meat.
It is a boneless baby back rib on top of a burger.
That's a real rib. I mean,
This is a real rib. This is not the processed stuff that you may see from other places where they, they put it, a bunch of gook on like a waffle that's shaped like a rib.
That deal totaled $5.8 million, and the Bakers thought for sure this was finally where their luck would turn around. Sadly, that was not the case, and after all the revenue came in, the bakers only made $3,000 in net profit. At that point, the bakers weren't interested in pursuing any other large contracts until the accounting issues were fixed, and refused to continue to work with Damon and the Ristilli Group, which led to them being sued by the Ristillis in 2019, with Damon's team joining the lawsuit against the bakers as well. That lawsuit eventually ended in arbitration, and the bakers were awarded a payment of $100,000. Unfortunately for the bakers, things have not improved, and their product, which is still manufactured by the Ristilli Group, now makes them almost
Okay, guys, you saw the video. What's your thoughts? I'm not a big fan, or never was a big fan of the Shark Tank, but there are people I know that really did watch that show quite frequently, where people were pitching their were pitching their businesses as trying to get support and investors to jump in with them based on whether the sharks really or interested in what they were doing. But anyway, guys, as always, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Let's talk with Corey. Let's talk with Corey. Out.